There are some really interesting games coming up this year in 2023 and beyond, and the games I'm about to show you are quite unknown to some people, but man would I be lying if I said they didn't look amazing. So let's get into it right away without wasting time. As always, a like on this video right now would be very appreciated, so I know you guys want more of this on the channel. First off, we have Vreski's game. As you can see, this new project doesn't have a name yet, but has been in heavy development for a while now in complete secrecy and coming from the creators of the slow motion action shooter Hong Kong Massacre. Only this time the new game they're making is a complete step up and will have you do epic action scenes in many different levels with complete destruction, weapons that have a weight to it and feel great, and overall action that will never feel boring and repetitive. Vreski's game is being 100% made to feel like a badass. There's a lot of gore as well that has been implemented. Next up we have Airtight City, an actual exciting Dead Space inspired action horror game where you are a terrifying killing machine that can combine your advanced firearms with diverse set of skills and abilities to demolish your enemies in brutal ways, and of course a powerful melee system to knock down, slash, dismember, stomp, crush enemies in extreme bloody and violent ways. The dismemberment system will be extremely detailed as well, giving you opportunities not seen in other games. Dismember your target and capture its weapons. You'll be able to execute enemies in a variety of ways, and it is said you will deeply feel the incredible power inside this mech suit. The game atmosphere will be customized and matched with the scene type. After each fight, your character will also need to calm himself down or he will end up losing too much power and stamina. Next up we have Judas, the official FPS game from Ken Levine, the creator of Bioshock, and man does it look like an actual upgraded Bioshock project, and I am all in for it. Almost every single scene reminds me of the good old days of Bioshock and how great a game with a unique atmosphere like this can be, hence why people love these games so much. Here's the description: a disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? Next up we have Grey, a native action game being created by a Korean studio. We don't see this often, especially from a Korean studio, but I will be lying again if I said it didn't look interesting. In my opinion, we need way more native games just like these, as there is so many opportunities, just like Grey right here, which as you fight an ancient alien species you once thought to be friends. Project Grey is an open world action adventure game in which the story begins with the appearance of an advanced alien civilization called Grey on the planet Zerma. The player is the native Caluso of Zerma, who gains special abilities through the friendly help of Grey, but after discovering the secrets hidden under the exchange, he fights to drive them out. While gaining new abilities through Grey primarily in the right arm, the main character eventually fights to end every single one of them after discovering the secrets of their arrival. There are apparently some secrets to connecting the planet and Grey waiting for players to discover. While there are many runes to explore on the planet and puzzles to solve in rooms, the floating spaceships in the sky can be explored as well, with different scenarios in every single spaceships. Next up we have No More Room in Hell 2, an exciting action zombie game that's as hardcore as it can get. Survive together in an 8-player co-op against hordes of the undead who feel no pain and will stop at nothing to get you. Explore diverse maps with many randomized and dynamic elements, including randomized spawning and branching paths, ensuring your experience is different each time that you play. Search and scavenge for any weapons, ammo, and gear that you can find to help you survive long enough to be rescued. Use found resources to craft medical items, Molotov cocktails, traps, distractions, and more. This game is not your typical Left 4 Dead experience, but something more hardcore and unforgiving. Next up we have IGI Origins, an exciting FPS action and stealth game where you can complete a ton of different missions in open environments and do it in any way that you want. You are Michael King, codename Regent, an ex-SIS soldier recruited by MI6 for covert global missions to target an enemy with a world war in their sights. Armed with a sophisticated arsenal to divert, outsmart, or wipe out your adversaries, you completely decide your approach, ghost-like espionage or heavy firefights. Twisted actions raise questions over the true enemy and harden your resolve against a shifting, hostile world. You'll have access to a host of different customizable weapons created to your liking as well as gadgets, and then you will be given freedom to accomplish the missions in the way you like. Next up we have Rooted, what looks to be an actual real open world survival action game that is not like the day before, which we know nothing about, and rather this game is being playtested right now by followers of the game, and the devs are actively listening to the community and replying to them, as opposed to the day before. Start the adventure by exploring the world of Rooted. Create your camp in the forest, in a village, or in downtown, solo or in cooperation with your friends. Speaking about friends, and for more realism, friendly fire can be a thing in Rooted, so it's PvP. Your team or other people can join your game session whenever they want. And you also have proximity voice chat. Build and improve your camp using all the items you farm, salvage, and craft. As you progress in the game, you can improve your defenses, automate tasks, supply electricity, and develop your workshop. Rooted is a living world with enemies made of steel and flesh. From the forest to cities downtown, explore a large world that evolves with your action. You gain access to new areas, new items, and new crafting options over time. Next up, we have Pioneer, and not only is it looking like a great Stalker-inspired project with mutations, different monsters to fight, massive wars to see unfold with the different factions out in the world, but it also includes a full-on multiplayer element with either PvE or PvP. You can decide to do the story and quest along with friends or completely alone, but if you decide to go into the dangerous zones, everything will be permitted, and that is where players can come and try and get you and your resources. Along with its story, the open world of Pioneer will be at least 50 square kilometers, and that is not counting the dungeon parts, which will also include forest and plains in them. One thing to note is Pioneer is first of all an MMO where you can play with other players. You'll find bosses and unique locations, you'll have item rarity, weapon damage, weapon critical attack modifiers, weight, and so on, so it fits the genre. There's also an absolute ton of weapon customization, so the gun you have is unique to you. Finally, we have Derelicts. After crashing on Earth with a space shuttle, you and your friends have to start from scratch in this game. Explore and build a base, then defend it against mutated animals and humans. Find the origin of the defense mechanism that triggered a wave of radiations on Earth, forcing the most privileged part of mankind to go and live on space stations. Chop down trees, find metals, and gather resources to build a cozy base to defend yourself from mutated wildlife. Use the power of wind, sun, and water to generate electricity and power up your base by building water wheels, wind turbines, and solar panels, for example, but there are much more than that. Brace yourself for weather changes that will affect your electricity productions, like frozen rivers stopping your water wheels, night affecting your solar panel production, and etc. Explore the world and find new recipes to make new tools and build parts that will allow you to progress further. Be ready for thunderstorms, blizzards, and other force of nature affecting your daily life. Find a dog companion to join you in this survival hell and help you fight. Let me know what you guys think of these games, and of course make sure you like the video if you'd like to see more compilations just like these, and also check out my last video on this right now.